So I Ultrakill. What the fuck? What is this game? What am I looking at? What am I playing? Who even am I anymore? I just beat Act 1, and for anybody that's played the game before, you know what fight I just experienced. Oh my god. I got actual adrenaline. Like I felt adrenaline from a video game. I don't know what's in the water over at Noob Interactive, but they need more of it. Can I have some? Can we give everybody some? Ultrakill is a game that I feel like everybody that's played it is like, yeah, that's one of like the best games that's ever existed. And then they'll recommend it to you and you're like, oh yeah, I'll put it on my wish list, and then nobody ever plays it. I was lucky enough to have someone actually just gift me the game, so I don't even have to go through the like, do I really want it? Because I've been eyeballing it for a while. And then I shelved it because I played like the first couple levels and I knew that once I started playing, I would not be able to stop playing until I got to the end of something, like a phase, right? Now, I didn't do all of the current available content in one session, but I did just do all of Act 1 in one session, and oh my god. Let me just talk, before I get to the fight, you know, the fight, the one that just gave me the adrenaline that I, like, require to share about. Let me talk about the game a little bit, because I feel like everybody hears Ultrakill is good and then nobody actually shows you what it is. So this is what Ultrakill is. I want to show you some stuff. So you are a robot. You are V1 and you are sent down to hell. You get a very simple thing. Humanity is dead. Blood is fuel. Hell is full. That's it. You're just off to the races. The crazy thing to me about Ultrakill is that, like, so all of the Call of Duty dweebs that are like, video games fucking suck right now, they would love this. Everybody that likes Apex and Call of Duty and all these Twitch shooters, this is like the game for them, and nobody's telling them about it. So if you like Call of Duty and Apex and all that shit, listen up for a second. So like I said, you're V1 and you have to, I don't even know what your goal is. You're just kind of going through hell. You're killing stuff along the way. There's not really dialogue from V1. You just kind of blow everything up and just keep moving. And that's okay. That's not a problem at all. That's kind of perfect for what the game is. What's insane to me too is that, like, they actually got boss fights right in a first-person shooter, which, unless you're Doom Eternal, get out of my face. I've seen so few first-person shooters that do bosses well, and Ultrakill just, like, nails it. It's so good. So there's a couple of different ways that you go about learning the mechanics of this game, and so I've refrained from Googling anything or like looking anything up, and the best way that I've been learning is by accident. You do things and then it's like, oh, that's how that works. So I was, you know, in the boss fight, right? I was panic pressing buttons and I accidentally punched my shotgun pellets because I was just pressing stuff. And I learned that you can parry your own shotgun shells. Now, ignoring everything else, let's go back to the beginning. If nothing else in this game existed except for the pistol with the coin flip, I think this would still be an amazing game. This is like one of the most addicting mechanics in any video game. So the idea is that you flick a coin up in the air that goes based on what direction you're moving, and then you have to flick to the coin and shoot it, and it'll ricochet, and it'll do a lot more damage. It is so satisfying to hit these while you're moving, and it's rewarding too, because it's, you know, it's a hard thing to hit, and there are, like, you know, set trajectory paths for the coin to follow, but it's still really difficult to do it in a small crowded room or like around a bunch of enemies when stuff's whacking at you. And I mean, like, so the only thing that I'm aware of, and thankfully I watched the video after I had already done the V2 fight, which, you know, you're V1, you fight V2. It's a whole thing. I'll get to it in a second. But I watched this hour-long, like, speedrun history video about just one level, just the speedrun for one level, because here's something crazy. You can go as slow as you want, and it doesn't matter, really. There's a timer, and there's, like, a kill counter and a style counter, but you can ignore all that and just play and have fun, and it's still, like, amazing. But there's also an insane speedrun community to this game. And well, I guess I'll get to it now. So V2 is a fight that, like, the whole game just has this amazing use of classical music, or, like, old-timey music. You know, you boot up the game and it's got this classic, like, Fallout old-timey radio song going. Every time you go to use the computer terminal, it's got that same song going. And the V2 fight the level's titled Claire de Lune. Now, there's a quick way to get into the chamber, but you know, if you just walking around the level the first time learning it, you just get to listen to nice Claire de Lune, and then you get to fight a carbon copy of you. V2 is like the first time in the game that I actually started to struggle a little bit, because he's a carbon copy of you. He has all of your guns, all of your moves, and you actually have a really tiny hitbox because shooting it, you know, someone the same size as you, it's like, man, I'm missing a lot of my shots. You know, I'm not gonna go crazy, but I feel like showing this stuff is important, even though it's technically spoilers. I want people to buy and play this game, man. And so V2, I'm just gonna let you listen to some of this fight. And now I'm going to play the speed run for the V2 fight that's currently the world record. It's a bit faster than I did it. Like even moving beyond V2, right? As you're descending lower into hell, I guess. And as you descend lower into hell, it gets a bit body horror-ish. There's like this weird like cityscape thing going on down here, and then it's so gorgeous, and there's all these really cool, like there's secrets in every level. There's 5 secrets in every level you can go find, and there's so much of like, oh, that enemy just shot the glass out underneath me and I saw a secret falling to my death. Let me go get that later. There's a lot of really natural discovery of things as you're playing the game that's just really, it shows a very strong grasp of game design, right? Like you're never just looking for stuff incessantly. It's like you're gonna find it if you're just playing the game, and then if you know what to look for. Like there are these little cracks in the walls, and I was going in this building and I saw them. I was like, oh wait, if you triple charge the shotgun, you can go kaboom, right? And speaking of mechanics, because fuck everything about game design, just the mechanics alone on the guns, there is so much to learn with the movement in the guns. There is like a zillion different kinds of speedrun tech that I'm not going to talk about, because honestly, I don't even know most of it yet. I'm holding off on actually trying to learn the speedruns until I beat what's currently there for content. But just with the guns alone, so with the pistol, there's the coin flip, obviously there's a rail pistol, there's a machine gun, so you can like shoot a spike into something and then all of your nails will go to the spike. That it's like a magnet, it'll pull all the nails in and it'll do a bunch of damage. Or you can do this. So that's a gun. And then beyond that, there's the shotgun. So you have like a grenade launcher that you can use out of it, or you can do the pump. So you kind of like an airsoft gun, how you go and you get a bunch more pellets into the airsoft gun with a shotgun. You do the same thing, except when you triple charge it, it goes boom and takes away half your health bar. However, you can dash as you shoot and skip the explosion from hurting you, so you can kind of, keep yourself from getting hit. They give you a railgun that does a ton of damage, and then they give you a railgun that heals, and that's going to be important. So, I mean, you've been seeing in the background some footage from the third zone of the first act, right? And I just want to show you this one little thing. So this is, you can see the moment that I piss my pants in this clip. So here it is. This giant fucking hand comes down this like really calm, serene train way, I guess, right? and scares the piss out of you. And when you beat that up, the funny thing is, you know, if there's a hand, there's a body attached to that somewhere, right? And so eventually you get to go fight the body too, and it's a really fun fight. And I love the way they design these encounters. Now I will say it is still early access, and I might have encountered a silly little glitch where I got launched like a million miles outside of the map, but this is basically flawless. It runs really well, it looks really good, it sounds amazing, it feels amazing to play, and for early access, I cannot believe the level of the content that's here. It's like peak game design, and I love everything about this. Now, that fight was not the fight that I was talking about earlier. That was the fight preceding the fight that I was talking about. The fight I was talking about was Gabriel. This dude kicked my ass. Now, I talked to a couple people that had done, like, they played the game before, and they were like, oh yeah, once I got the patterns down, I really, I wrapped my head around the Gabriel fight, and then everything was like real rosy. I didn't know there was patterns because I was so pissed off and laser focused that this dude just whooped my butt as quick as he did, that I was like, I'm just gonna ram my face into him until he dies. Why dodge when you can just headbutt him? And so the progression of the fight that you're seeing right now is me like slowly optimizing what my strategy is, which is basically so blood is fuel. That was the thing at the start, right? So blood heals you. So when you shoot something, punch something, whatever, it all bleeds, and the blood splatters heal you. So my idea was to just out damage him and have so much blood pouring out of him that he could not kill me before I killed him. And eventually it did work. And also the music and just the visuals of this. I'm just going to let this play. This is the run that I got it. Everything is so good in this game. And here's the fight. As you can see, I was a little bit happy about it until he started getting up, and I was like, oh no, is there a third phase? Thankfully, I was good for now, but he ain't dead yet.
You insignificant fuck! This is not over!
Kills 0, so he's definitely not dead yet. I like it when a game is actually difficult. It forces you to engage with the mechanics in the best way in Ultrakill, and I cannot stop gushing about this game, but I am going to stop gushing about it because I want to go play Act 2. But I did want to talk about Act 1 right now, because Act 3, which is I think the final act of the game, and it's going to be the full release of the game, is in development right now and nearing release. So if you have not picked up this game, go buy it now and just like go bonkers with it once Act 3 drops. Go through the whole thing. This game is fantastic. I have essentially nothing bad to say about it. I am just absolutely blown away in the best way possible. Feels weird plugging my stuff at the end of this video because I've literally just been sitting here like rambling for 10 minutes. But go follow me on Twitch. I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/notabsolutely, and subscribe here on this YouTube channel. I do a lot of other stuff that's not just me sitting down after I have a heart attack about a video game and rambling. I have some really cool content. And you're goddamn right if you're thinking, oh, well, I should subscribe for when he plays the rest of the game. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be making some videos about that. This is amazing, and I am very excited for what's coming down the pipe. The wild part is, too, like, there's so much weird about this game, like in the Steam reviews, they're always asking for a sex update. It's the community's wonky, and I didn't even touch on that in this video, but it is what it is. I'll get to it at some point when I cover the full game. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit, and at least for now, thanks for watching.